Okay, well, it's Friday. We're on the road. We're at Stivers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Prattville. Kind of an overcast day, but it's going to turn out really good if you head up here to Stivers and check out all these great deals on these Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram products.
He's John Longshore. I'm Barry McKnight. And it's not just sales talk. This is not me trying to present something here. But coming in this morning, parking in the back, I have never seen this many vehicles on the lot, and I've seen vehicles on the lot, in the back, on the sides, in the median. Every time I get here, the selection has never been greater. There have never been more beautiful vehicles on the lot than there are right this very minute as we're talking to.
And Barry, the colors. I don't know what it is about Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, but they do a very good job of having a variety of colors. You see a lot of whites and blacks and grays on the highways and byways, but they've got every color under the rainbow here at Stivers CDJR. I really love the pretty colors of the vehicles here, whether it's a Ram truck, whether it's a Chrysler, whether it's a Dodge, whether it's a Jeep vehicle. They've got it in the color and the style and the trim level that you're looking for, and it's still continuing, Barry, the Make This Summer at Alabama's #1 volume CDJR dealership. Make it now. Make it this summer. Here we are in August. Time to make that move, and there are some great deals we're going to tell you about all day long. And they're going to be here for you all weekend long here at Stivers.
The Wranglers. I've always been partial to the Jeeps over here, but so many different. So the Wranglers are some of my very favorites. I like not only the colors, but I like the creativity in the colors.
Oh, yeah.
Cobalt.
Love it.
Sky blue, of course. They've got Rams, Jeep Compasses, the Ram 1500s, the heavy-duty 3500s.
Oh, yeah, muscle truck.
A bunch of those out here. Come on by this weekend. A lot of you getting ready for school. A lot of you already at school or dealing with school and everything. This is one of the last great opportunities for many of you in the summer to come by, kick the tires, check the stickers, and make your deal at Stivers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram just up the road on Cobbs Ford Road off I-65 in Prattville.
Phones are already
Alabama.
ringing, Barry. People trying to make a deal early this morning.
Hey, let me go get that real quick.
Love it.
They got people filing in right now, cars all over the lot. It's amazing. This is a big day.
Yes.
For the program, not just our Friday show, not just because John and I get to be together, but we got football to talk about.
We do.
There was football last night.
There was. There sure was. Watched a little bit of it.
I
Did
did
recognize a lot of the players. I did make the comment, I can't remember the player's name, a running back for the Panthers, fumbled, and I made the comment, well, that guy just got cut. And my wife went, what do you mean? I went, if you're fumbling in a preseason game and you're trying to make the squad, you're done.
I'm guilty of that too. Not as much as John, but I'm guilty of that too. Like the very first punt of the game. By the way, the Panthers win 33-30. Haynes King, remember him, Georgia Tech?
You know what the line was in that game?
You
know what the line was in that game?
I don't.
Panthers were a 1-point favorite.
Hey, they went at the very beginning. I think it was the very first drive because the Cardinals' first drive, Carson Beck took them 96 yards down the field, looked great. But the very first drive for the Panthers, the guy punts. And the punt returner for the Cardinals, the reason why it was a 96-yard punt, 96-yard drive, the punt returner's right there at the 10-yard line. He's right there. He lets it bounce, bounces here, bounces there, gets down to the 4. And I thought, just like what John said, oh, that guy ain't going to make the team. that guy may not make the second punt return because you got to, dude, you are the punt returner. You will make this team or not, depending on your ability to return punts. Why did you not return that punt?
Come on.
This is the game. The first preseason games are always the one where I'm going, oh, that guy's not going to make it.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy over there. He screwed that one up. He ain't playing next week. He's already on the taxi
that kind of
squad.
reminds me of the days back when we were sitting in the glassed enclosure studio in our radio days, and a new sales girl would walk down the hall and go, 3 months, maybe 6 months. She'll be out of here by next week. Yeah, same thing with NFL preseason games. You just kind of you watch enough of them, you see enough of it, you can get a good feel about how long they're going to make it.
Again, I don't do it as much as John, so I don't have enough practice. It's that way about a lot of things. When we're out and about and whatever. We're at SEC Media Days, for instance, and we're eating somewhere, and there's this waitress, this server, she's over there. You could see her back in the back past the kitchen. She got a heater going, she's on her cell phone and everything. And I'm thinking, that girl's been here for a long time. She knows that. And then you got somebody else who's cheery and bubbly and running around back there. And I'm thinking, she's going to burn herself out real quick.
Got to pace yourself. Now, there's a downside to it, Barry, because there were times I go, hey, Barry, you remember that guy that was in sales and, he kind of wore those funny looking ties all the time. And you go, man, they got rid of that guy 3 years ago. Really? 3 years ago?
I was wondering. Yeah.
I thought I saw him just the other day.
Normally, I think John would say, what was his name? But John didn't even realize he's not there anymore. So that was the NFL yesterday. That's a by gosh game we actually talked about in college football, in case you're keeping score. We are underway today, probably more germane to the point and to our interests. Not totally different, but a little bit more centered up. Preseason camp for college football. Virtually everybody, I know Auburn, Alabama, Troy all got started with camp 2 days ago on Wednesday. Practice yesterday. Today, at least for Troy. I can't speak for everybody else. I'm pretty sure it's everybody else. There's pads today, John. There's contact. There's what the coaches like to call thud going on. This is men over here, and then after the practice, you'll know men are over here, boys are over here.
That's right. All the kidding around's over. We're talking, it's big time right now. So there's some hittings, people getting a little frustration out on their teammates. So it's kind of fun, and a little separation weekend. Now, Barry, somebody brought this up, asked me the question, and I did not have an answer, and I'm not sure you do either. So we might just be speculating here. But when preseason camp begins, they don't practice every day until the first game. There's like an off day here and an off day there, and they mix some stuff in. So a very interesting question was posed to me. So does the Auburn football team have a spa day on their off day? Do they hang out by the pool at the Marriott? Do they go get in a quick 18? What do they do on their off day since they're all over there in this hotel for this bonding experience? Do they still stay at the hotel on their off days?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Absolutely they do. I knew this would happen because this happens usually every year. Once in a while, maybe other year.
Yeah.
There's something that the Bama fans fasten on to. I can think, and I'm terrible at this.
Yeah.
Another thing that John is really good at, like picking out which guys are not going to make it after the Hall of Fame game. And, which sales girls or which salespeople are not going to make it, just watching them walk down the hall the first time. I'm terrible at this. Whenever I see or whenever I hear about from somebody that Gus Malzahn ate at Waffle House last night, I'm like, I wonder what he had. That's pretty cool. Scattered, smothered, and covered. What did he get? Bird's chili? Just an amusing little thing.
Yeah.
But we have freaking heard about Gus Malzahn liking Waffle House for 11 years.
Well,
11. Yeah. What is it about Gus Malzahn and Waffle House? I still don't know. I still cannot figure out why that's Gus Malzahn likes Waffle House. Big dang deal. Now, Auburn stays at the Marriott Hotel. They're not the only one to do it. They're not the first one to ever do it. That thing yesterday where they were saying, Joseph Goodman was talking about, they're getting soft. Have you seen where they live full time? This is a different day and age. They're not living in bunk beds at Sewell Hall anymore. They're living in places just as nice as the Marriott.
Yeah, that's kind of my point. Why would you not want to stay in your own nice accommodations that you're used to and comfortable with instead of staying in some germane hotel room for 13 days? But we'll see. Barry, for the record, it was actually an Auburn fan that asked me this. Hey, man, do you know if they're staying there on their off days? Well, I don't. I'll try to find that out. And I don't know what they're
staying there for 13 straight days. Now, you say off days.
Yeah.
There are off days from practice. Mm-hmm. There are off days from film or off days from meetings. They're not all the same. There's something to do every day.
Yeah.
Whether it's treatment, rehab.
Yeah. So they're taking all that out to the hotel, like the treatment rooms and the ice baths.
No. That's still, they're going to campus. They're practicing. Okay. They're having football practice at Auburn University. Sure. They're not having football practice out in the parking lot of the Grand National Marriott.
But on an off day, I'm thinking, do they take the ice baths to the Marriott?
No, you go to the ice bath.
Get on the bus.
It's right there. It's only like 15-minute drive.
Yeah.
And again, one of those things. I'm getting a little bit of a better sense when I saw Alex Golesh is keeping them for 13 days at the Grand National Marriott. My first thought is, man, that's a long time.
Yeah.
I did not realize, and I should have because of history, that it was going to generate a mock-up of a Jim Dent novel having to do with Texas A&M, that it would be along the lines of, hey, are they bringing smoothies out there? Hey, are they having, we're going to hear about this, I'm afraid, the whole
just think,
season long.
If Auburn has a better than expected year, say they go 10-2, right, even better, whatever it may be. In 40 years, are we going to hear about the reunion of the Marriott boys?
No,
we're not.
I'm telling you,
we will.
We're not going to hear about this a week out. Well, we shouldn't hear about this a week out. Some people keep those things going all the time. Tuberville has large ears. Yeah. Terry Bowden once went to the James Taylor concert after practice. I mean, stuff. Oh, Philip Marshall, God rest his soul, once mentioned that every once in a while, the lady behind the counter at the smoothie station at Auburn said, hey, man, you've had 3. If you're thirsty, there's a water fountain right over there. And all of a sudden, it becomes a major indictment on the football program at Auburn University for years. And if it's an indictment on the football program at Auburn, is that not an indictment of Auburn University? And if it's an indictment of Auburn University, is that not an indictment of our entire educational system? And if it's an indictment of our educational system, is that not an indictment upon the United States of America? Well, do what you want, but I am not going to sit here and have you badmouth the United States of America.
So,
gentlemen,
don't forget about the press box at the Jane B. Moore softball complex.
Oh, yeah, where he barked his shins one time.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing John knows about the Jane B. Moore. It's not even Jane B. Moore. It's the Jane B. Moore softball field.
Yep.
It's the Auburn soccer complex, is that they have low tables in the press box. Because we've heard about it way more than I thought the subject bared repeating.
And I do know where the softball facility is. I don't know where the Auburn soccer facility is.
It's right next to the Frank Ham, whatever that thing is.
The Ham Wilson Rodeo?
The Ham Wilson Rodeo. That's Frank Ham.
Sure.
Hey, I know a guy named Frank Ham. The Ham Wilson Rodeo thing over there. I used to say all the time that, it's right across Donahue Drive.
Sure, yeah.
From the practice field, from the football practice field, and which is right next door to the Ham Wilson Livestock Center, which is why I always used to say it was a home field advantage for Auburn soccer when the wind blew the wrong way. Across the livestock center and into that, and the opposing team's going, whoa.
Yeah, that's a home field advantage.
And all of them would score a couple of goals before they got used to it.
Hey, Chris the Bammer likes it. Marriott Boys, good one. Thank you, Chris.
It is not a good one.
That.
It's dumb, Chris.
Actually, that came from our man, Stuart. He sent that in on the River Region Straw chat line. Stuart, thanks for watching this morning. Really appreciate that. Stuart, of course, was the famous caller many years ago who got put on Sportsline probation. Because his mom said he couldn't call the show anymore.
Yes.
He was like 13 at the time.
Bill from Baltimore, legitimate question. If they lose to Baylor because Tony Barnhart said so, will this be the data point? Oh, my gosh. Don't test him on that, because there have been so many things over the years that haven't meant diddly-poo to anything. And John would be, hey, what was the name of that swimming coach that Jay Jacobs ran? He honestly doesn't know his name.
No, I don't.
And he really doesn't know the circumstances behind it.
Not Gene Marsh. It was
David
Marsh. I knew it was something like that. You know, it's interesting, though, Barry, you bring up all the things that seem to have stuck, you know, when you describe Auburn, from Bowden to Tuberville to Malzahn to Smoothies to Waffle Houses to got shot by my old lady.
Well, that one was kind of a big deal. You know, you got to admit, getting shot by your wife.
But, you know, it's amazing that T-Town menswear didn't stick, or Bojo's rims and curb feelers, or deep sea fishing trips. Or,
reckon why that is?
I wonder why those don't stick as well as others.
Because Barry thinks that it's really not all that important anyway, and
let me tell you what is important.
Let's do it.
This is important, Barry. 2026 Ram 1500 Tungsten up to 25% off MSRP, or $23,800 off MSRP, or buy for only $899 per month for 84 months. So many options there on that 26 Ram 1500 Tungsten. How about the 2026 Ram 3500 Bighorn, up to $25,000 off in savings. 2026 Grand Cherokee Limited, up to $12,500 off MSRP, or 2.9% APR financing for 84 months. So many great options, so many great deals. That's just a few of the many we're going to be telling you about here as we broadcast the live version of the program here at Stivers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We do it every weekday morning from 7 until 9 a.m., and then we throw it out there on the World Wide Web for everybody to come check out on Facebook, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, X, Instagram, you name it. We're there. You can check it out.
That's exactly right. Carrier pigeon, smoke signals, you can catch it. We are live at Stivers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Cobbs Ford Road in Prattville, Alabama. It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
This summer, Dixie Electric Plumbing and Air is on a Jurassic hunt for the oldest HVAC systems and water heaters in town. If your system is a fossil, now's your chance. Replace it between June 1st and July 31st, and you could win big. We're giving $2,500 back for the oldest HVAC systems and $1,000 back for the oldest water heater. Even if you don't win, you still score major savings on your new HVAC system, water heater, generator, and or garage door. Don't let your systems go extinct. Call Dixie, and it's done.
This isn't going to work. No matter what we say, some people still drive drunk. But we're Budweiser. Giving a damn is what we do. So, if you think it's okay to drive drunk, if you think it's something that's debatable, or you just simply don't care, this Bud is not for you. Give a damn. Don't drive drunk. Enjoy responsibly. Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Local banking expertise, the newest innovations and technology, personal attention, genuine hospitality. It's all just part of the Riverbank and Trust difference. They invite you to experience it for yourself. Welcome to Banking Above and Beyond at Riverbank and Trust. Locations throughout the River region, locations throughout the state of Alabama. Riverbank and Trust.
Okay, Barry, I'm noticing the giddy factor has popped up yet again. I see it on the River Region Straw chat line. Braves win again. Braves win again. I'm sure they're feasting on the Marlins or somebody like that.
They'll be feasting on the Marlins, who are not bad. I was just looking at a highlight of it. Ronald Acuna hits 2 homers. He hits one to deep right center field, The right fielder has it glance off his glove. The center fielder has it glanced on his glove, and it bounced over the fence. I mean, both of them had it, and it went off their gloves, and it went over the fence. Acuna's running first. He's like, what? What, did somebody catch it? What? And he said, no, circle the bases. That's how bad the Marlins were yesterday. The Braves win it 11-3. And
I see,
John, that is eight wins in a row. 8 is such an iconic number in the world of sports. That's true. 8 straight wins for the red-hot Atlanta Braves, who somebody told you, I don't care, they're done. They ain't. Now, they're not going to win the World Series, but they're pretty doggone good.
Okay, so that's where I was going, because I do recall, I'm not naming any names, but I do recall some bad-mouthing, where they're done.
Jumping off the bandwagon.
They're, again, not naming any names, but seems like the feelings are a little bit more in a positive direction when we're dealing with the Atlanta Braves right now.
So's the level of play. It has gotten better in a positive direction for the Atlanta Braves. A little bit later on, we have our Phantoms Daily Dog.
Wonder how that turned out.
You know, we're still baseball centric.
Yep.
The big one tonight. Yankee Stadium, the Bronx, New York, Braves and the Yankees. I think it is a commemoration of one of the World Series games that John has been to before, Braves Yankees, correct?
You know, Barry, it's funny that you bring that up because I was thinking about that. That game actually took place in Atlanta.
This one's going to be in Atlanta.
But it was a World Series game, Yankees, Braves, Turner Field, where they used to play. So, yeah, I've seen these two plays. Probably my most famous story about the Yankees, Barry, I saw them
out of
play
many famous stories about the Yankees.
in, I guess, old Yankee Stadium. They built a new one since I was there. And I saw Bo Jackson and the Kansas City Royals take on the Yankees on a Saturday afternoon. I'll never forget because we took the subway from Midtown Manhattan out to Yankee Stadium. It was pretty cool.
That's the thing to do, believe me. By the way, if you're in Midtown and you're going to the Bronx, which is Yankee Stadium is right across the river, right across the East River.
I can't remember who won that game.
Which drives me crazy. I'd be able to tell you, if I went to that game, I'd be able to tell you just about every pitch. John's like, he didn't know. In his defense, he didn't remember what the final score of that game was, who won that game.
I don't.
But that was the way 10 minutes after the game ended. I mean, he's like,
and I know it's not saying much, but the Royals did have their powder blue away uniforms on. I do remember that distinctly because I remember seeing Bo in his uniform. Yankees, of course, with the pinstripes. It was, you know, for a guy that's not a baseball aficionado, I have been to Yankee Stadium. I have been to
I've been by it.
Fenway Park. I've yet to go to Wrigley Field. I've not been to Wrigley
been by
Field.
a lot. I've been by Wrigley Field. I've been by Citi Field. I've been by Yankee Stadium. I've been by Fenway Park. I've never been in it. Way Offsides Jeff. I have my microphone ready for you. We were set. Jerry Offsides Jeff says he's going to be in Yankee Stadium all weekend. Man,
good for you, Jeff.
Going to be checking out the Braves.
Yeah, about to board a plane at MGM. Good for you, Jeff.
Have fun up there. Can you confirm this? From our guy Range Pro, he says, don't have your Ram truck serviced in the Gump. Take the short drive to Stivers in P. Vegas.
Yes.
Pratt Vegas. He says, take the short drive to Stivers in Pratt Vegas, the best service department I've ever dealt with. It's right over here, and he's not wrong, John.
He is not wrong at all. Great people here at Stivers CDJR. Whether you're buying a vehicle or you're servicing your vehicle, they have an incredible service department. And if Range Pro is telling you that, I can promise you, it is 100% accurate. Now, I've known Range Pro pretty much all my life. I've never known him to drive anything but a Ram truck.
You've known him forever.
Yes, he has driven a Ram truck forever. And he, if you go to Destin Connection, you'll see it parked right on the side of the building, his Ram truck. So he's telling you the truth there. He's good folks. And, hey, go to Destin Connection this weekend for some fabulous seafood. We told you all about it yesterday when Rodney Hoare joined us, the Tider Insider. Exclusively brought to you by the Destin Connection Seafood Market. Truckloads coming up every day. Fresh seafood direct from the Gulf.
Can you imagine how many truckloads of fresh seafood have been taken in that Ram trunk?
Yeah.
All the way up. Now, we got to get some traction on this.
Let's hear it.
We're talking too much about Marriott and, hey, they practicing, bringing ice baths to the Marriott. Coach Ed says, can we not get some traction on the controversial quarterback battle in Tuscaloosa and how it has divided the team?
Oh,
in half.
There we go.
Half for Keelan.
Yeah.
Half for Mac.
Love it.
When will Grubb make a decision?
Thank you, Coach. This is the kind of topics we like in August.
Half the locker room says, oh, man, we got to go with the kid. He's got the great upside. He can lead us for years if we pay him his NIL. Half of them are going, hey, I like the grizzled veteran now.
Coach.
Steady. Game man, doesn't make mistakes, knows the offense. Mac, Keelan. Mac, Keelan. And
now,
then,
Coach, what really would be better is if it was like a racial issue. You had a white quarterback, a black quarterback, half the locker room's going one way, other half's going this way. That's when it really gets good and juicy. But I see you working. It's similar to when are we going to hear a fight broke out at the Marriott because these guys are so sick of being on top of each other.
No, don't flip it.
Oh, sorry.
Don't flip it here. Yeah. The question was about Alabama, and like so many things about the Crimson Tide, you talk about something that may be construed as negative, may be construed as controversial. You'll see it bubbling to the top. Well, at least we're not the Aubs.
Well, I'll say this, Coach. You're not going to really hear anything till after their 2 scrimmages in a couple of weeks. Then you'll start hearing some stuff brewing about it. You know, Keelan Russell, known as the better athlete. Austin Mack, the better passer. You know, not to say that Russell can't throw the ball either.
Or that Mack is a terrible athlete.
Sure, certainly. But so they're going to have to weigh, the positives and negatives there. But controversy, we've heard this before, Barry. The players know who the starter's going to be. They're there every day. They see the quarterbacks in action. They know which one's got a little lead, which one's getting more reps with the first team. That's why the media is only there for 15 minutes because they don't want the media blabbing to the world. I'm telling you, Keelan Russell had a majority of the snaps today. You'll see that. You'll hear about those things on Saturday scrimmages coming up, but the players know. There's no infighting going on from one to the other. But I like you stirring it up, Coach. I see you working.
That's what, we're not saying there's any legitimacy to that. But I am saying that we can talk about it.
Now, what's going to be interesting, Coach, is when we start hearing stuff about Byron Brown's unhappy because his offensive line can't protect him, and he's getting the hell beat out of him every practice over there. Now, those are some things that you might want to be listening out for.
Again, the subject was Alabama, potential controversy.
Yeah.
The reaction is, oh, you want to talk about potential controversy, huh? Well, there might be some potential controversy when Byron Brown and his millions running an offense that he's run for the last 4 years very effectively, all of a sudden is a little bit angry. That's the controversy over at Auburn that you really need to be watching out for.
You hear someone say Byron Brown slammed the football on the ground and was heard saying, I'm so damn sick and tired of this Marriott. Can I get back to my condo? That's what's probably coming up. So be listening up for that, Coach.
No. Can I offer a scenario?
Yeah.
Byron Brown, maybe not in the first game against Baylor, but maybe Southern Miss or something like that. Did they play Southern Miss in
game 2, I believe?
I couldn't remember if it was Auburn or Alabama.
Let me get my helmet schedule you gave me here.
Yeah. And normally I have it at my home studio.
Southern Miss game 2, September the 12th.
This is where the gasket will blow. Byron Brown against Southern Miss. Game's a little closer than it should be. In the fourth quarter, Auburn will be a double-digit favorite. They're up 8. All the fans are going, come on, Byram, let's get this done. He has a big third down conversion. He dumps it down for a clear first down to Jeremiah Cobb, and Cobb drops it. And they go to the sidelines, and the cameras show Byram Brown pounding Jeremiah Cobb on the shoulder pad, saying, get your act together. You need to catch that ball. That kind of stuff lasts for years. Some people would have you believe that Bo Nix almost pulled a gun on his wide receiver on the sideline.
No, it was the offensive coordinator.
The coordinator,
Yeah.
Chad Morris.
Yeah.
You know, where they were raising their voices to each other. Oh, that, you know, the one moment that Byram Brown first shows a little anger or frustration at his coordinator or one of his offensive linemen, some fans I know, Bama fans, will ride that until the dawn, I'm telling you.
So, Joe, Bill one-upped you here. This is a good one, Bill. I wish I'd have thought about this one.
He said, John, Auburn only fights on planes, not team camps.
That's a good one, Bill. Joe, you got to give him credit. That's pretty good.
Yes. Now, that was not a football trip. That was a basketball
trip.
They
had to land in Montgomery. I mean, they're leaving the Robert O. Pitts Airport. Hell, they're not 15 minutes in the air. They're landing, emergency landing at MGM.
Pearl called a GA. You know, every GA, every team manager doesn't travel on every trip. You know, they alternate, you know, because you got like 6 of them. Okay. The senior GAs get the good trips. The other guys get the whatever, the Fayettevilles and the Starkvilles.
Sure.
They had to call one of the GAs, or heck, maybe Mrs. Pearl or something like that, to ride over from Auburn to Montgomery Regional to pick those guys up and drive them back to Auburn. That was on a trip to Houston. Auburn ended up winning that game.
They did. They sure did.
But that was on their way to a Final Four that year.
You know, Barry, you got some guys, you know, 6'8", 7 feet on a small regional jet, and they're fighting inside the plane. I mean, even if it was a big, wide, you know, commercial airliner, A350, something like that, I don't want to fight breaking out at 30,000 feet.
Well,
and by that time, they probably weren't to 10,000 feet.
Oh, no, they weren't to.
They just left the Auburn airport,
500 feet,
landing in Montgomery. So, I like
Biscotti as much as the next guy. But man, if you want mine, go ahead. I'll eat peanuts. You don't want to.
And I'm glad you brought that up, Bill, because we were going through some of the great moments in Auburn athletic history. How did we let that one slip by? I mean, smoothies,
fights on planes,
got shot by my old lady.
Yeah. I mean, gun in the crystal.
I mean, how did we miss that one?
The old classics continue on.
All right, Barry, when we get back, I mentioned this yesterday. The weekend before Memorial Day, we come out with some predictions of what I think is going to happen over the next 12 months. So today I kind of wanted to just go over a few, get your reaction. Should there be an adjustment? Because right before Labor Day, when the season starts, that's it. Done. In stone.
Etched in stone.
It is in the vault, and we look at it when the season's over.
We also spend a little time here at the last moment where John will start posting hypotheticals. Now, if one of those wins that gets them over the posted total is because of some fluke or anything, will that count? You know,
it counts.
Now, if it turns out that Hillary was not living with Bill the whole time, I mean, that counts, right? You know, that kind of a thing.
Yeah. I don't think they're living together, but who knows?
Anyway, technicalities.
2026 Jeep Wrangler Willys.
Love those.
The Willie model.
Plenty of history behind those.
You better believe it. Up to $13,000 in savings or 0% APR financing is available. Also, 2026 Jeep Cherokee Laredos, up to $7,000 in savings or 4.9% APR financing for 84 months. Great deals on the Jeep lineup, the Chrysler, the Dodge, the Ram. It's all here at Alabama's #1 volume CDJR dealership, Stivers in Prattville, where Price sells cars trucks, and SUVs.
It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
Known by avid golfers as one of the most beautiful and challenging stops on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, Cambrian Ridge in Greenville lies just 40 miles from Montgomery. It is well worth the ride for any golfer looking for 27 holes of jaw-dropping golf. The greens have been redesigned to accommodate the higher green speeds associated with their installation of the latest generation of ultra-dwarf Bermuda grass. Cambrian Ridge offers a fully stocked pro shop with all the latest equipment and apparel. Great food and beverages in the clubhouse can be enjoyed both before and after your round. Get your group together and hit the trail. Go to rtjgolf.com/Cambrian Ridge for tee times and more information.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Why Hands? At Hands Heating and Air, you get this area's highest ranked service provider with 24-hour repair service, no overtime charges, and their same-day service guarantee. Plus, instead of other companies' 30-day repair warranty, Hands gives you a 3-year repair warranty. Hands Heating and Air is here for you 24/7, 365. And service is not just something they do, it's their way of operating, for you in mind. All of Hands employees are trained to adhere to this standard. They work hard to ensure that this standard is maintained, and they are constantly looking for new ways to better serve you. Call Hands Heating and Air today at 508-5382. That's 508-5382, or find them on the web at 834hands.com.
Okay, back at it here on this Friday morning, about 22 minutes to the top of the hour here.
Agree or disagree?
All right, let's hear it.
Before we get started with some of these. Concerning our topic before the break.
Okay.
Way Offsides Jeff is watching. He says, if there are no fights in camp, you're not doing camp right.
I agree. Totally agree. Got to have some fights.
Bob from Pike Road says, Jeff, you were right. Fights and cheap shots in fall camp are like water for fish in the ocean. You got to have it.
Sure. Love it. Cheap shots. You know, Barry, that's such a, I wish they could come up with a different way to describe it. It is
makes
a cheap
it sound
shot.
like it's bad.
Yeah. We need another way to describe, well, a cheap shot. And
creative contact.
Creative contact. Yes, I like that. Now, I have no problem with cheap shots. I probably threw a few in my day and blamed it on somebody else. That builds character, Barry.
It does.
Cheap shots build character.
Yeah. The old elbow in the kidney while you're boxing out for a rebound. You know, the in football, when you're in the middle of a pile on a tackle and stuff, you grab somebody's, I don't know, finger,
sure, you know, the
foot,
thing about,
and kind of give it a little twist.
You know, in basketball, it's a little easier to get away with. In football, you see it all the time. A wide receiver, a defensive back, they're out there going at it, pushing and shoving. One guy pushes and shoves a little bit too much. That's the one that gets the flag. So you got to be careful. Now, cheap shots can also be verbal as well as physical. You can walk by that wide receiver and go, man, you suck. I mean, you ain't going to do anything today.
Yeah.
Get in between the ears. Refs can't hear it. Maybe not even looking out for it, but they're looking out for that. You know, that fist to the shoulder pad. Yeah. Hands to the face type stuff. So you got to be careful, particularly around the quarterback. I mean, oh, gee whiz.
Now, later on, it only has value, to your point, Bob, and to your point, Jeff. It only really has value if later on after 30 seconds when the coaches finally find the whistles and they separate them and a few profanities and all that kind of stuff, and then the coach makes them shake hands.
Doesn't work. You're wasting
Later
your time.
on, they'll get back at training table or they'll get back to their dorms or whatever, and they'll shake, they'll hug it out and everything. Hey man, that's my bad. I'm sorry and all that. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. Everything. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen, John.
It takes several days.
That's Brian's song stuff.
And here's how the friendship is brought back together. During the scrimmage, maybe even some individual drills, something good happens between those two. And there's a high five. There you go. And then they're come back together. That's what the coaches are trying to do. It lingers for 2 or 3 days. No big deal. But they come back together. And that's what the coaches want to see. All right, they've had their 2 or 3 days. Now they're back. They're united. We got the team gelling again right here about 2 weeks before the opening game. And now's when the fights are breaking out. They're about to start breaking out. They've been out there lollygagging in shorts, a little chafing going on, too much sweat. Now they're putting on the pads. People get hit a couple of 3 times. Then the tempers start flaring.
It's a great energizer there.
I love
One
it.
final note about camp before we get into predictions. Former Georgia Tech running back Jahmyr Gibbs is now the highest paid running back in the history of the National Football League. Bijan Robinson of the Falcons had that record for about 3 days. Former Yellow Jacket running back Jahmyr Gibbs, 3-year contract extension. Just the extension is worth up to $75.75 million.
That's pretty impressive stuff.
They're getting paid.
That is impressive stuff.
I'm being told here he also went to another school. I'll look that up. But Bijan Robinson of the Falcons had the record like Wednesday. Now on Friday, it's Jahmyr Gibbs of the Detroit Lions. 3 years, nearly $80 million extension.
Barry, it's kind of like people that just like to say Bo Nix went to Oregon.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. We all know Bo Nix is Auburn.
Former Oklahoma quarterback Jalen Hurts was actually a runner-up for the Heisman Trophy one year.
Yeah, it sure was. So, come on. It's Bo Nix, Auburn, Jalen Hurts, Bama, Jahmyr Gibbs, Georgia Tech, if that's what people want to say. That's no problem. I'm good on that. It's all good. All right, so preseason NFL last night. Watch a little bit of it, not all of it, but a little. Yeah. More this weekend, I take it. Matter of fact, let me get off this baseball tab that I've already got reserved for later in the show. I wonder why. I'm just kind of curious what the NFL schedule is looking like preseason. Was that some thunder I'm hearing out there?
It is. Yeah, it is. It's a little overcast right now. Preseason starts next week, Thursday. That's also, I believe, an NBC game in Cincinnati between the Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit Lions and the Cincinnati Bengals. Pretty good matchup. Joe Burrow. There are actually, holy smokes, there are 5 Thursday games. Cardinals and the Raiders, Packers and the Steelers, Colts and the Patriots, Chargers and the Texans, and then the Cardinals at the Raiders.
Got 2 NFL Network games and an ESPN game next Thursday. That'll be good. Got 2-3 games on Friday. I'll say this, Barry. Cincinnati will not make the playoffs, Joe Burrow or not. I do not like the Bengals' chances there. So you heard that first.
All right.
Don't like that. You mentioned the Jacksonville, New Orleans game. What is ESPN Unlimited? I see that's how they've got it listed in the television. I never heard of. So it's unlimited. You can like watch it till the cows come home, so to speak.
I'm not sure.
ESPN.
I know.
Unlimited.
I know there's ESPN Plus. I don't know.
Yeah.
ESPN Unlimited's a new one.
That's a new one
on me. Jaguars and the Saints at the Superdome. That'll be on Saturday.
Listen, do you find this
A
interesting?
week from Saturday.
A week from tomorrow, prime time. You want to take a guess at one of the teams that's going to be playing in that game?
The Dallas Cowboys.
Sure they are. 7 p.m. against Seattle. I think they might have won a Super Bowl or something. Maybe that's why they're on. But, the Cowboys, prime time, Saturday night. Go figure.
That'll be on the NFL Network.
Yeah, well,
So,
I'm gonna maybe take a peek at that. We'll
Okay.
see. But yeah, nothing this weekend, which is kind of odd. You would think, they had the Hall of Fame game last night. You would think there'd be games this weekend as well. Not the big layoff for another week. So did the Panthers and the Cardinals start preseason camp before the other teams?
Yes.
Okay, since they played a week earlier,
Yes,
that makes
yes,
sense. You would
yes.
think so. I mean,
Which is not good news for the players and stuff.
I would agree. I mean, why do I want to start a week before everybody else does? That doesn't seem great. But hey, I'll take it. I'm not going through the practices they are. All right, here we go.
All right, Joe says, I would have dropped some elbows on John in a men's basketball game, but I'm afraid I would have had to walk out to the three-point line to find him. Yeah. It's a 94-foot game,
Yeah.
except for John. John, it was three-point line to three-point. Actually, when John was playing, there was no three-point line.
There wasn't.
But three-point line to three-point line. Mix it up inside in the paint? What? No.
Yeah,
That's their job, is to get the rebound and fire it out to me to hoist one up.
Sure. See, I wasn't. I couldn't jump very high, so rebounding just wasn't my forte. Mixing it up in the paint. If I got in there, somebody was going to feel my presence. If you catch my drift. Now, I wouldn't mind chasing down a loose ball. I did not have a problem with that.
If there was nobody else chasing it down, too.
Yeah,
If it was like over on that side of the court where John's the only one camped out in the three-point line,
true.
you have to go run.
Or if you dive for it and you slide across the floor and you just happen to end up right there at the feet of the cheerleaders,
Yeah.
I would do that too and get hey,
Hey,
looking good today.
what are you
Man.
doing after the game?
Yeah, exactly. You always have to take advantage of moments like that. I don't see enough people do that. Now, what they'll say,
It's a
Barry,
lost art, John.
yeah, what they'll say is, well, I'm totally concentrating on the game. I get it. I mean, okay, I get that's what people are going to say. But like taking 2 to 3 seconds as you're getting up and, kind of patting her on the shoulder and go, hey, I'll call you tonight. That goes a long way. I mean, you got to take advantage of the situation of the moment.
What makes me think about this, but I was a sophomore, played on the basketball team at Leon High School in Tallahassee, Florida, one of the many high schools I went to. And
That's
I'll
the
never
county,
forget.
isn't it? Leon County in Tallahassee?
Tallahassee's in Leon County. You had Leon, you had Lincoln, you had Godby, and all these other schools. We were playing basketball one time, and I was on the bench, as usual.
I know
We had
the
a
feeling.
senior guard named Kenny Robinson. I haven't thought
Kenny.
about him in 40 years.
Yeah.
Kenny Robinson. The game was being covered by the Tallahassee Democrat, which is the newspaper there.
Yeah.
They had, they had a writer there. It was kind of a big deal. It might have been against Lincoln or Godby or something. And Kenny Robinson was a good player. He was a senior guard, and he ended up scoring like 23. Leon won
Off the
big.
bench?
I was on the bench.
Okay.
He was a starter.
All right,
I had,
okay. Yeah.
I didn't play in that game, as a matter of fact. Anyway, he had a couple of breakaway layups, and every time he broke away for the layup, he was very fast. He'd lay it up, and he'd be looking at that Tallahassee Democrat cameraman down there. Or, he's on the other side. He's got the layup. He's giving that big smile and, posing all that. It was pretty. You got to take advantage
of the moment. No doubt. Because you never know. It might not be there
He
again.
may not cover the next game,
So you
My
got
gosh,
to,
that's a picture I wanted, the Tallahassee Democrat.
Yeah, I mean, all you high schoolers out there getting ready to go back to school, if there's that pretty girl you've been wanting to ask out, what are you waiting on? I mean, you got to seize the opportunity. I mean, come on. You don't want to go home going, man, I wish I'd have done that.
Yeah.
Do it. I mean, you'll be, you might get shot down. No big deal, but pursue. Keep going. You don't want to be like a stalker. Don't get me wrong, but, just let her know you're still interested in a subtle
Very
way.
well put.
In a subtle way. So it would be nice. It would be very advantageous if you did that. All right, so people are hyped up about preseason camps.
I am. Pads today.
Yeah.
Troy will start hitting. I think Troy has been in the mornings. They're moving to the afternoons today, so they're going to have afternoon contact.
So here's what you're going to find out, though. Over the previous couple of days, it's really been how people look. It's been about the eye test. Man, this guy's lost some weight. This guy's gained some weight. He's got a lot more muscle. His upper body looks stronger. So it's all that type stuff. And I get it. We're starved for football. And it's positive. It's great. It's information that people enjoy and want to hear about.
Right.
But I just caution people to just don't get too giddy. Let's see and hear when they're popping pads, separating the men from the boys, people that really may be putting out more effort than others. That's where I think you're going to be able to really get a good feel for it. But as with most anything else, you're not going to know until that first game. Are we going to know a lot against East Carolina if you're a Bama fan? Are we going to know a lot about Auburn against Baylor? I think we will, because one of the most foremost and well-known college football analysts thinks Baylor's going to be a tough out for Auburn. And if Auburn goes into Atlanta and beats them, I think you got to feel pretty good about your team.
That's certainly something to build upon. It's not a season maker. Auburn beat Baylor last year in Waco.
They did.
Jackson Arnold ran for about $120 or something like that. Everybody says, here we go. No.
Barry, thinking back on that, I do recall some giddiness. Maybe I saw some flags, a few tiger tails after that game. And then things kind of faded a little bit.
Kinda. Geez, that loss to Kentucky was an abomination.
But that Baylor, was that like a 10-point win, maybe 14?
I know it was a strong fourth quarter. It was up for grabs heading into the fourth. Yeah, it was so close-ish.
I'm not questioning Tony Barnhart, a good friend of ours, but
I love him.
I'm not sold that Baylor is going to be the opponent that maybe he thinks they might be. But he might know something that we don't. Everything I'm hearing about Baylor in the early preseason,
DJ Lagway.
Yeah.
He was a 5-star quarterback at Florida. I was rooting for him. I think his first start as a Gator quarterback as a true freshman was against Samford, and he threw for like 442 against Samford. He had gotten the start because Graham Mertz had gotten hurt. But last year, the problem was he would, if there was any duress whatsoever, the thing to do was to throw it to the other team. He's going to throw it to the other team in this game as well. I'm not a fan. Want to read into this, though. This is from Auburn 247, Nathan King. He says, the coaching staff has been happy with the stamina of this group through 2 days, we're told. It's been hot, but the team's been able to finish strong and have some of their best moments later in practice. Now, obviously, the key will be to uphold that durability once the pads come on and once the days start stacking. As such, the team's daily recovery back at the hotel in Opelika is very, very strict. All right, guys, we're back at the hotel. Get up in your rooms. Go take a nap. No shenanigans. No playing on the Xbox. No texting your girl. You better not be hiding phones in your mattress and all that. You go upstairs. You get to bed. That's what you're thinking?
That's already getting old if that's the case. These guys are getting a little...
The team's daily recovery back at the hotel in Opelika is very, very.
So let me get. I'm trying to get a mental picture of this. So practice is over. It is hot. We know it our own selves. It's humid. It's sticky. It's muggy. Do they get back on the bus all sticky, sweaty, and muggy, and then shower up at the Marriott, or do they do it at the football complex, and then they get on the bus? Wait a minute. I got to take some clothes to practice today, to shower there, and then get on the bus to come here.
That actually is a pretty good question.
I mean, so they're driving
I'm voting
back,
for Team Marriott.
and it's like a 15-minute, 20-minute drive. Because there again, once you turn off 280, you're going down some winding 2-lane roads, past some country houses and whatnot. Then you got to turn into Grand National and go another, what feels like 10 minutes. So I'm sure the smell factor is not great. Do they crack the windows on that bus?
I wonder if it's one of those Greyhounds or one of those Southern coaches or something like that you can't open the window.
Is it a Lee County school bus? Maybe?
That's what I would do.
Oh.
I would go Auburn City School Bus with everybody out there, because they've got those oil skin kind of seats, and you can just wipe those off. If you've got fabric seats in the bus, that you're never getting that out
I'm
of
telling you, 40 years from now, a reunion of the Marriott boys. It's happening, because they're going to tell stories about getting on that bus all hot and sweaty, scraped up, bleeding, whole deal. Big linemen having to squeeze in those two. You know how small those seats are on a bus? These big linemen got to squeeze in together, sit next to one another, and they're having to drive all the way back, smelling one another. And what do you think the Marriott people think when they roll in and walk through the lobby? Woo! Man, get the Febreze out, will you?
Somebody spent a good amount of change to have a nice room at a nice hotel in Opelika.
They're going to have to fumigate that place when these guys leave.
If there comes a point, you can get on the chat line, or you can email us, longshoreandmcknight@gmail.com, and tell us, okay, shut up about the Marriott already. Longshore is overplaying this like you overplayed Gus Malzahn at Waffle House, like you overplayed Smoothies, like you overplayed, I don't even want to say Lorenzo Diamond getting shot, because that was number one. It was 20-something. $180,000 over. If it starts to really, really get on your nerves, you can let us. I'm not saying it'll stop him.
No,
because nothing will stop
him. I wouldn't say,
but just some feedback.
I don't think I'd be saying, "Hey, man, this is getting on my nerves. Stop it." Oh, that's like an instant. Oh, we're going to keep this going.
You better stop talking about the Marriott in Opelika, John, or I'm not going to watch anymore.
Oh, yeah, right.
That is John's way to say time to pour it on, full steam ahead.
But in all seriousness, I mean, I'm just thinking this through here. I'm thinking, so you go to practice. I mean, Barry, I've got friends of mine, and granted, we're 40 years older than these college kids, but I know guys that'll go play 18 holes of golf, and they won't leave the golf facility till they shower off. I ain't getting in my car all sweaty and hot and sticky. Okay, to each your own. Go for it. No big deal. I don't mind so much. I can make it home before I need to jump in the shower. But been out there practicing for a couple hours and then getting on a bus and, hey, man, you got the shower first. I'll wait on you. I mean, your roommate's in the shower. You're over there. No phone, no Xbox, no whatever else. What are you doing? Sitting there in your room waiting for Joe Bob to get out of the shower?
He's in there singing Gin and Juice at the top of his lungs, and you got to go to the bathroom, and you're like, come on.
I hope there's extra towels at this Marriott, because you know these guys are going to need more than one.
One of the things I have noticed, and I spend a lot of time in a lot of hotels with a lot of student athletes, you go down for breakfast, and you can tell what kind of moisturizer the hotel puts in the bathrooms, because everybody smells that way.
Yeah.
Which I don't use the hotel. I don't do that whole lot. You know, I see lavender is obviously the hotel.
Yes.
Moisturizer, because every player smells like lavender. I'm thinking, how do they not run out if they got two to a room and everything? True. They're using half the bottle. Wow.
Barry, I'm not a shower gel guy. You know, even at a hotel, I get the little cake of soap that's by the sink to wash your hands with and put that in the shower. You can't get shower gel to really lather up unless you bring a loofah.
It takes about 20. I'm thinking, I will be here all day.
Here's another thing. I want to know what is the device that unlocks the bottles of shampoo, conditioner, and gel. You can't get that thing off the wall. But obviously,
this is from a man who, for years, they tried to keep him from messing with the thermostat in the studio. They even put a lockbox over it. And Maxwell Smart over here, he still got inside.
I can still figure out how, because I'd get in there, the studio be so dadgum hot, But I get it. That thermostat did also regulate the temperature in other offices. And we'd have some people that were, wearing.
They wear a parka to work because they knew Longshore was doing the morning show. That.
Hey, Barry, the savings are raining down here at Stivers CDJR. As
it is raining pretty good in Opelika.
You can hear it. Yeah. It is raining here in Prattville, Barry, because we're at
Opelika. Yeah, in Prattville.
We're at Alabama's #1 volume CDJR dealership. And why? Because the savings rain down here, and the selection is unlike any other CDJR dealership within the state of Alabama. Yeah. How about this? Ram 3500 Bighorn, 2026 model, up to $25,000 in savings. 2026 Ram 1500 Tungsten. Check out these options, Barry. Up to 25% off MSRP, or $23,800 off MSRP.
Wow.
Or buy for only $899 per month for 84 months. So many options here for you. The Ram lineup, of course, incredible selection for you. And it isn't 4 or 5 they're trying to move off the lot. Every Ram truck priced to move at incredible savings. Folks, you need to come see our friends here at Stivers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Prattville on Cobbs Ford Road, where Price sells cars, trucks, and SUVs.
It might be stormy and overcast outside, but Wanda's smile is always sunny, waiting to greet you at the front. We are at Stivers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Cobbs Ford Road in Prattville. It's Longshore McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
The more you play, the more chances you have to win during Diamond Days all summer long at Victoryland Casino. Win diamond jewelry and your share of $105,000 in free play. Also all summer long, it's TV Tuesdays. Win TVs and your share of $80,000 in free play. Giveaways galore all summer long. Diamond Days and TV Tuesdays with $185,000 in free play at Victoryland Casino, where you can be a winner too. Victoryland Casino off I-85 exit 22, Shorter, Alabama. Must be 21 or older.
Hey, we're back.
Looks like we're back.
I guess we are. We're back ready to go.
Quick.
Yeah, that was quick. Hey, make sure you head on out to Victoryland. Winning galore at Victoryland, where Price sells cars here at Stivers. Victoryland's where you can be a winner too. I'm getting my taglines.
Yes. We were preparing for the next segment.
Yes, we certainly are. But hey, we're back at it. And Barry, here's the deal. We mentioned it the weekend of Memorial Day. We come out with some predictions.
That's what we were preparing for. We're looking over those, and I'm thinking, oh, I'd forgotten you did that.
That's right. So here it is with fall camp starting this week. So we kind of go over a few, I don't want to say make adjustments, but comment on them.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, before the season kicks off in about 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks to a month,
right?
We'll finalize them and say, okay, this is it, locked in stone.
There are takebacks in this particular round. I mean, you can say, all right, Ben, is it okay if I just back off of this one?
Yeah,
it's fine. Once it gets to the Labor Day weekend, there are no takey backies.
That's exactly right. Yes. Real quick, how about Coach hits us up with this one? This is the kind of stuff I enjoy.
Nate Oates wanted to do a camp for his team, but could not find the dog van like in the Cheech and Chong movie for Aiden Holloway to drive the team in. Oh, I get it, Aiden. There's never an Aiden Holloway reference.
Coach, yeah.
I don't know that there's that much Aiden Holloway stuff as there is Opelika Marriott stuff. It's hard to.
Here's a good one, Barry, before we get started. Our man Robbie wants some inside scoop on the Trojans.
Barry, what is the early returns from Troy preseason football? What do you know about the new offensive coordinator? I've been out there the last couple of days. The new offensive coordinator is Adam Austin. And the two things you'll notice, number one, the quarterbacks love the offense.
Yep.
It's spread them out and play fast. But it's different because there is a real reliance on the running game. There's more depth, I can tell you that much, even despite the losses from last year. There's more depth. There's more depth at wide receiver, even though Troy lost 5 of their top 6 wide receivers. Austin wants to play fast. He wants to identify mismatches and space. If they're going to play, I mean, John, 7 in the box.
Yeah.
Somebody's getting single coverage out there somewhere, and that's where you look and all. But you got to do it quick. Troy's got 2 senior quarterbacks. That's going to help. It all is very encouraging. Also, Brett from Beauregard, can we confirm?
Yeah, what's up?
He says, John, proven once again, the obsession by the Bammers is non-stop. It has been hilarious to listen to the obsession by the 3 gay caballeros in the next round. I'm sure it will never reach the 2, whatever the 2 is.
Yeah.
The second year. Complete obsession about Cam Newton.
Wait a minute.
Staying at the Marriott has just flat out bamboozled the Bammers.
So here's the deal. The Cam, what was it? Cam Newton obsession?
Yes.
Look.
That takes the cake. That is the.
So I don't know if I'll ever get this point across or make this any clearer than I can. And maybe things are changing a little bit. Maybe there's a little wind of change, but we all realize that the 17-year span that Nick Saban was in Tuscaloosa, Bama fan was a little cocky, a little sure of themselves, better than everybody else out there, and those clothes.
And they smell.
Yeah, exactly. Now things have kind of gotten a little different under Kalen DeBoer, but during that time period, and it still lingers somewhat because of what Auburn's done to themselves over the last 5 seasons. It's kind of made Alabama fans, gives them a little humor. And that's what it's all about. Bama fans are bored. So how do they get through the boredom? Let's take a couple of zingers at our in-state rival. You know what? Love chucking a little zinger here and there toward the Aubs.
You know what?
Whether it's Cam Newton or whether it's Buster Brown or whether it's Wingnut or Waffle House or the Marriott boys, they keep providing
I don't think they keep providing because, honestly, the Marriott thing is not a thing. Good gosh. You take something and you wear it, the bejeebers out, and, it's not a thing. The other thing about it, and I got to be honest about this, Bama fans, you have kind of come back to the field as a football program.
I'll go with that.
It is not a foregone conclusion that they're going to, have an amusing little hurdle this week against Tennessee. Should we win by 4 touchdowns or 5?
Okay.
They've come back to the field a little bit. To truly regain your mental health, Bama fans, what you need now that that's happened, and it feels like it's going to happen again this year where you're back in amongst the pack instead of distancing yourself from the pack, you need Auburn to do their part. Come back to the field the last couple of years. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm saying they're very good, but they're not absolutely just obscenely, unfairly dominant like they were when Saban was rolling. Auburn has not taken advantage of that yet. While they were going 9-4 and losing by 5 touchdowns to Indiana, losing by 3 touchdowns to Georgia, Auburn was losing 10-3 to Kentucky and losing and struggling against Missouri and all that. What you really need, Bama fans, is for Auburn. If Alabama goes 9-3 this year, you need Auburn to at least go 8-4, which they do a lot.
That's true.
That will get things to where you don't obsess so much about what Auburn's doing off the field. Auburn, you need to win the Iron Bowl. That will be healthy for Bama fans to know that, hey, maybe instead of spending all of our time talking about Auburn at the Marriott, maybe we ought to focus on how we can help our team get back to the level to where we can be smug and superior and all of that. That's the next step.
But think about it there. And let's don't forget about this. I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of an Auburn fan. Let's turn the clock back a little bit. How satisfying was it for the Auburn fan out there to see Alabama get totally embarrassed in Tallahassee in week 1 against Florida State?
Satisfying.
As Gus Malzahn is running reverses and has ineligible linemen downfield and all that type stuff, and Bama has no clue. No clue what's coming. Embarrassed them in Tallahassee. Then they get beat by Georgia in the SEC championship game. Humiliated against Indiana in the Rose Bowl game. And Auburn fans got to be going, I know our season sucked, but it sure is fun watching Bama get their own here. They're just getting toyed with by Indiana today.
I remember the mood. And, again, I've covered Auburn for a long time. I went to school at Auburn for a while and lived there for a long time. I just remember the mood after week 1 last year.
Okay.
When for the first time in like 5 years, Auburn had a better record than Alabama did. Auburn was 1-0. Alabama was 0-1. It was a beautiful thing for Auburn fans. Didn't last, but for that one moment in time, I do think that it was sweet for Auburn to be able to go into work and say, hey, hope you get your first win this week. We had ours last week.
Yeah.
But I also think that was part of the absolute frustration, wailing, and gnashing of teeth among Alabama fans. Not only did Alabama lose to Florida State in a game that should have been a cakewalk, but the Aubs won. That
was a tough week.
If Alabama had lost to Florida State and Auburn had lost to Baylor, believe me, their frame of mind would have been a good bit better.
Think about it, man. When has there been a opening weekend that Auburn won and Alabama lost?
I'm
sure it's been a
happened.
long time. So the Auburn fans were reveling in that. The Labor Day weekend, they're up at the lake, they're out at Chewacca State Park. They're at the water park at LaGrange, wherever they go, however they entertain themselves. They are going, man, did you see that Bama game? Woo! They got roasted. It was awesome.
Isn't it great?
Isn't it great?
It is great to have Robbie from Greenville.
Yeah.
Back on the chat line. He says, Alabama fans have moved past Florida State and Indiana.
Robbie.
Move on to this season, Longshore. It's about this season. This gets old.
All right, Robbie,
Disagree, agree, and agree.
Okay, Robbie, I'm with you. It's time to move on. That Rose Bowl game was 8 months ago. But can you answer me this question, Robbie? And I have not gotten anybody to give me a satisfactory answer since I've asked it probably 40 times since that game was played. What is different today with this Alabama football team from what you saw in Pasadena 8 months ago? Well, let's see. Their starting quarterback is now a first-round draft choice for the LA Rams, and they're trying to break in 2 quarterbacks that have never taken a meaningful snap at a college football game. Mm-hmm. Their running game is what? Got a 5-star running back who's coming off of an injury. That's a true freshman. Questionable. That's going to be your 1,000-yard rusher. An offensive line that's been completely revamped with new faces and names. Is that the good news or the bad news? Where's the alpha dog on defense? But besides all that, yeah, I think it's time to move on. And those questions will be answered, I get it, during preseason camp, during the scrimmages that will come up in the next couple of weeks, and when they open up against East Carolina. I just think it's a valid question to ask. What's different today from what we saw 8 months ago?
Is there a backstory behind this, too? Plainsman Preston says, hey, Robbie, when are you going to call North Alabama radio again? Evidently, of course, Preston lives in North Alabama, Madison area.
Yeah.
Evidently, Robbie, who does not, I understand Robbie makes the rounds. He's called Montgomery. He's called Arlington, covered Birmingham. He's called now North Alabama.
He's well known.
Robbie's response says, Plainsman Preston, when they have the guts to take phone calls.
You tell him, Robbie. You tell him, Robbie. Woo. So Robbie says the new offensive line coach is going to be the difference.
Make this group better.
4 deep at running back. Well, 3 of those running backs were on the team last year.
4 deep in the sense that they've got 4 running backs? All right. Deborah has put 4 straight quarterbacks into the NFL.
What does that have to do with the 2 quarterbacks he's got on campus right now? Hey, he put the last 4 in the NFL. Okay. So when it's crunch time and it's 3rd and 4 and the clock's running out, hey, man, you know, that head coach put his last 4 quarterbacks in the NFL. This has got first down written all over it. Is that what I'm led to believe? Is that how it works? To me, Barry, that's kind of like, you know, this team at night on AstroTurf when the temperature's below 70 is 4-0 against the spread.
I promise we're going to get to this when we come back.
Yeah.
Our look at the predictions. It's our final draft. You know, John is his own editor. He may edit some of these before he publishes this. We're live at Stivers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Cobbs Ford Road in Prattville. It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
Big news for Central Alabama travelers. Getting to Texas just got easier. You can now fly nonstop from Montgomery to Houston with United Airlines. No long drives, no layovers, just smooth direct travel from your hometown airport. Whether it's business or a weekend getaway, Houston is now just 1 flight away. Spend more time there and less time getting there. Fly nonstop to Houston. Fly MGM, where travel feels easy. Book your trip today at flymgm.com.
Longshore and McKnight are brought to you in part by Stivers Automotive, Stivers Ford in Montgomery, and Stivers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Prattville. For the absolute best on-site selection, service, and price, no other dealer can match Stivers. Stivers Ford in Montgomery is located at 4000 Eastern Boulevard and online at stiversfordmontgomery.com. Stivers CDJR in Prattville is located at 2209 Cobbs Ford Road and online at stiverscdjr.com. Longshore and McKnight have been Stivers customers for over 15 years. You should be too. Stivers Automotive, where price sells cars, trucks, and SUVs.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. If you encounter one wolf, chances are there's a pack nearby. Fortunately, the same applies to beer. Head for the mountains of Bush. The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. To avoid going in circles, make note of recognizable landmarks, like that.
What's wrong with going in circles?
Different circles, Ross.
Okay.
Head for the mountains.
Prattville Carpet is the most trusted name in flooring in the River region. Ray Bowles and his staff have an extensive line of Mohawk, stain-resistant carpeting in all the latest styles and colors. Prattville Carpet also has hardwood, vinyl, and ceramic tile for all of your flooring needs. Professionally installed at the absolute lowest prices. Take advantage of cash and carry vinyl plank at just $239 a foot. Call them today to set up your free measurement for your home, office, lake house, hunting camp, or wherever you need flooring. 285-8117. That's 285-8117, or drop by 2201 Cobbs Ford Road in Prattville for Prattville Carpet.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. As we broadcast live here from Stivers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Prattville, where price sells cars, trucks, and SUVs. We're doing it live from 7 to 9 as we do each and every weekday, but you can catch us out on your schedule. We put this out there for you on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, Spotify, iTunes. Run it through your Bluetooth speaker, Yellowhammer News and yellowhammernews.com, their Facebook page. So many ways to check it out, and we really appreciate it. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We greatly appreciate that. All right, quickly before we go over some of these predictions, Barry, how about this prediction?
All right.
It's called the Phantoms Daily Dog.
Yeah.
Very interesting game yesterday. Very interesting. Between an interleague game at Wrigley Field, the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Chicago Cubs. The Cubs were a home underdog at plus 105, and things did not start out well for the home team as Toronto jumped on the board early. In the first inning, top of the first, they put 1 run on the board, so we're already in a hole early in the game. And we don't score the Cubs don't score a run, Barry, until the bottom of the ninth.
Here's the deal. Blue Jays were leading at Wrigley 2-0. Bottom of the ninth.
Bottom of the ninth.
2-0 score.
Yes.
2 strikes
Uh-huh.
on former LSU Tiger Alex Bregman.
Yeah.
Bregman, he hits on a 2-strike, 2-out pitch. Again, newly in with the Cubs.
Yep.
Bregman hits a 2-run homer.
Ding.
Down to their last strike, 2-run homer. Place goes crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, Bud Light flying everywhere because they're Cubs fans and they're Bud men. Ties it up. Go to the bottom of the 11th
Bottom of the
inning.
11th.
Free baseball, tied at 2. Game is still in doubt.
That's right. It is.
Run in the bottom of the 9th. Pete Crow Armstrong, who's the Cubs' best player, scores the run at the very end.
The 11th inning, Barry. Bottom of the 11th. Toronto out-hit Chicago 11-5.
Oh, yeah, the Cubs, I cannot overstate just how thoroughly they were dominated in this game.
Yeah.
But you got to finish the game. You have 2 strikes with 2 outs in the 9th. You still got to throw a pitch.
You do.
Cubs tie it. So on the bottom of the 11th, Pete Crow Armstrong, he's stolen 25 bases. He's hit 25. He's at second.
Yeah.
Steals third.
Ooh.
The Blue Jays catcher trying to throw him out at third. Throws it into left field. Game over. Cubs win. Cubs win. 3-2 was the final score. Place goes absolutely nuts. And by place, I don't mean Wrigley Field. I mean Phantom Enterprises headquarters.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Barry, I was monitoring this score. Didn't like what I was seeing going into the 9th
They
inning.
were getting just absolutely smothered in that game.
I mean, they can't. Don't score a run until the bottom of the 9th. They score 2 to tie it. Win it the bottom of the 11th, 3-2. Another daily dog winner for you. It ain't how you win it. It's just you won it. You know? Because believe me, it can happen the other way, but we'll take this one. Bear, we're guaranteed to have a winning week. We are guaranteed to have a winning week here on the Phantoms Daily Dog. Again, another winning week, and we're going for the throat tonight, so to speak, Barry. And it is a night game. The last game on the card will take place as San Francisco's hosting Detroit. I believe this is another interleague matchup.
It is.
San Francisco is a home underdog at plus 105. The Giants at home at plus 105 tonight against Detroit. I got to tell you, I'm not real familiar, and not that this is a shock.
Does he say this to about every pitching matchup we see?
Barry, as of right now, I don't even know who's pitching for San Francisco, and I'm still taking them.
I think it's going to be a return. Let's see.
Because we got who? Keter Montero for the Tigers? Am I pronouncing that right?
Let me see. I had him in here. Yeah, Keter Montero.
Okay.
Right-hander. He's been pretty consistent at making his 19th start. And let's see. Who's he going to go? I don't know either. They haven't. Have they even posted?
See right here, undecided. I feel so good about the Giants. I'm taking them at plus 105, and I don't even know who's on the bump for them tonight. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Who cares? We're good.
There we go.
So we're going for that. All right, here we go.
All right, here we go.
All right, Barry,
without any further ado, we've had way too much ado so far.
We have. All right. Back on Memorial Day weekend, I said Auburn would finish 8-4. How you feeling about that today?
Good.
I do. Yeah,
good.
I do too.
If I'm buying, selling, or holding, I'm buying that. I'm holding that. Okay. I'm not against that.
I said their biggest win will be at Tennessee. They go to Knoxville in week 5 before an off week. They're going to beat Tennessee. Their worst loss, week 3 against Florida and John Sumrall.
Disagree with that. Their worst loss, I'm not saying they won't lose to Florida.
Okay.
Their worst loss will be at Georgia.
Ooh.
I mean, as far as point differential,
yeah.
Watch out for this one. and people aren't giving it too much credence.
Okay.
Scared to death of Starkville.
Could be.
Starkville has got a
be.
really good backfield. Their quarterback, whose name his first name begins with a T, last name Taylor, and their running back Fluff Bluff. It's going to be their last league game, their last road game before they have to go to Tuscaloosa in 2 weeks.
The thing
that one
about
scares me.
The Georgia loss, I think Auburn fans are going to go into that game kind of thinking, we're not going to win this.
Well, yeah, I get that.
I think they can win the Florida game, and when they don't, it's going to
hurt. There's no doubt. And they very likely could lose it. But, man, they go into – I'm not saying they're going to lose to Mississippi State, but I am saying it's possible. I do worry about that one. Legitimate worry about that game. That, I think, would be –
a couple of other Auburn notes, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Bama, I said, is going to finish 9-3. I still feel that way.
9-3, I think we both have agreed with that. We disagree on where the losses come.
Yeah, I will say this, Barry. I don't know if feel better is the way to say this, but I think there's a better chance they go 8-4 than 10-2.
If they miss on 9-3, they'll miss low.
Yeah,
I'm with you there. I do agree with that.
I think Alabama's biggest win will be at LSU on November the 7th. Lane Kiffin on the road, Baton Rouge. Even though LSU's not getting a lot of run, I think it'll be a big win for the Boar. Their worst loss will be Georgia. I could see Georgia maybe beating them like they did in the SEC championship game. Maybe not as bad, but I think Georgia's going to win that one.
Here's my hot take about Alabama's worst loss. And I can't even come up with one, but this is my hot take. Alabama's worst loss will be either, mark it down, either at Missouri or at South Carolina.
Oh,
that South Carolina, I'm kind of leaning towards South Carolina because South Carolina, I'm telling you, they're going to be pretty good.
Yeah, that game is in Tuscaloosa. So they are.
Oh, I'm looking at the other. The game against South Carolina. That is going to be.
I agree with you.
That is going to be.
The last two times they played, it's been a tight one.
Yes.
And last year in Columbia, if the Carolina DB just doesn't slip on a banana peel.
That was. But I think Alabama, quite frankly, is certainly not more talented than they were last year.
Well, a lot of unanswered questions.
I think South Carolina is a lot better.
And I will throw this, I'm with you, and Beamer's on the hot seat. I'll throw this other little nugget out because I mentioned it Memorial Day weekend. Keelan Russell is going to be the game one starter.
Yep.
Still feeling that way.
I still feel that way, too.
Right.
And I was wrong about Missouri. I was looking at the other schedule. They don't play Missouri this year. South Carolina after Florida State, that's their worst loss.
Have Notre Dame and Texas playing in the national championship game. I still feel good about Notre Dame, not as strong with Texas, but I'm staying with it.
Yeah.
Auburn at over 6.5 and Oklahoma at over 7.5 wins. I feel good about that. Alabama's at 8.5. That seems a little low. A&M at under 8.5 and Ole Miss under 7.5. Can Ole Miss?
Ole Miss will definitely get over 7.5.
Okay.
Texas A&M will definitely get over 8.5.
I don't know if you can comment on this, Barry, but I got Troy finishing 8-4.
I can't.
Okay.
I can't.
I'll tell you why I got them going 8-4. Their biggest win at Missouri.
I love it. I love it. That's week 3, first road game,
Yes.
third game overall. Got the offense figured out.
Eli Drinkwitz, watch out, buddy. That's week 3, I think it is. Yeah. Sandwiched in between that Kansas and Mississippi State game.
Okay.
All right. Troy's worst loss. It's going to be a toughie, Barry. Because it's the
Better
way
not say South Alabama.
It's the way it falls on the schedule. La Tech.
It's at home this year.
La Tech. Look at the schedule around that game. La Tech and Troy. That's going to be their toughest loss.
Louisiana Tech is homecoming.
Yep.
November 7th, right before South Alabama, on the road, right after James Madison. On the road.
James Madison's going to be a hard-fought game. Maybe a little too much homecoming stuff going on. Hey, I've got Troy playing in the Xbox Bowl. I think it's in Houston. I'm thinking
maybe it's in Frisco.
Because they do have a Sun Belt tie. So I'm thinking, why not Troy in the Xbox Bowl?
Well, I can tell you this without much fear of anybody saying I'm wrong. I bet it is raining right now at Capitol Hill on the Robert Trent Jones
Barry,
Golf
it might be cart path only. I do not know that, but we're about to check in with Will Fisher, the director of golf at Capitol Hill.
There might be frogs jumping out of holes in the green out there.
Will, how you doing this morning, my man?
I'm great. You guys called me out running an errand, but it's not cart path only yet, but I would say we are definitely trending in that direction. And listen, I'm on the app on my cell phone, so if I don't know how great the camera is, but if I look like I got into a cat fight this morning, I got new razor blades. So let's so just want to go ahead and put that out. I didn't get into a cat fight of any kind. Of just new razor blades.
It'll do it. It will certainly do it. I've been there myself, my friend. Now, Will, I don't know if you heard us predicting Auburn, Alabama, and Troy, but we missed on Tennessee, and I know that you have some keen interest in the Vols.
Absolutely.
With preseason camp underway, haven't heard a lot about Tennessee. They were like in day one at media days down in Tampa. But what about Tennessee? What are you thinking? What's the regular season record going to be? We're not just going to sneeze it off here. We're really going to break this down with Tennessee.
I don't even know. You got a freshman quarterback and you got a redshirt freshman quarterback. Well, I don't know.
What do you think?
I think that's the big decision that supposedly is coming at the end of the month is the decision between McIntyre or Frazion. And listen, I'm excited. I think both of them were extremely talented. Actually, oddly enough, I watched a little bit of film on or a little bit of Instagram post. I had a little bit of film of those two guys throwing a couple of different routes, and Brandon Faison looks really good. The ball coming out of his hands looks fast. Looks like he's got a little bit more arm strength than McIntyre. McIntyre was a highly talented recruit coming out of the Nashville area at one of the academies, and chose Tennessee. And he is what I would call your prototypical quarterback. He's 6'5", he's lean. He can see a long way, throw it a long way. He's had an additional year in the system that Brandon hasn't had. So, it'll be interesting to see. But Faison is very, very talented. And depending on which recruiting site you looked at, potentially the number one quarterback coming out of high school last year. So Tennessee is really good in their skill positions. Tennessee is going to be pretty good at their offensive line. They had a couple of really big recruits the last couple of years that are finally working their way into the starting lineup. Defense, new defensive coordinator. I'm drawing a blank, but the guy coming from Penn State. Really excited about that.
Oh, Jim.
Yeah.
Knowles.
I want to say Jim Baker, but I don't think that's right.
Yeah, no, that's Tammy Faye's husband. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, right. So I'm excited. I think we're going to be good, but the problem is that if you get into an SEC schedule and you have a freshman or even a redshirt freshman quarterback, it can be dangerous. So that's the concern. And with me, I've always said that my concern with the offense at Tennessee is that it moves so fast, is that if you have a quarterback that's not accurate or he turns the ball over, you are going to wear out your defense and burn through your guys quickly. And that usually, is a recipe for disaster for a loss. So we'll see. I'm excited, man. They really have a good team, and if they can keep everything together, keep the team together, and keep growing and build on these quarterbacks, I would say probably in the next year or two, Tennessee's going to make, I would think, a real push to get back into the playoff.
I agree. I agree. Here's what John's excited about. And he's been excited about this for a couple of weeks.
Can't wait.
It's the first time since 2011 that he has been this excited since 2011 when Tennessee men's tennis player John Patrick Smith aced out Cam Newton for SEC Male Athlete of the Year. Jackson Coyven is named SEC Male Athlete of the Year from the Auburn golf team. That's the most excited John's been about that. And since then, what is it about Jackson Coyven in his professional career, which has been bonkers so far, that's kind of led to this? What impresses you, what strikes you about Coyven's game?
Yeah, I mean, I had somebody ask me about this yesterday. To me, from a golfing standpoint, Jackson's what I call his short game, 100 yards and in, 120 yards and in. He is, even at the PGA level, he is exceptional. And if you watch them compete into the national championship, they did a little segment on Auburn and interviewed, the coach and Jackson, all that. But, Jackson made the comment that he really committed himself this year, leading into their season at Auburn and the 25-26 season, to be a much better wedge player. He was already an exceptional putter. And with that wedge game improving, it has made him exceptionally good from 100 yards and in. From that standpoint, that's, I think, what makes him able to compete right away on the PGA Tour. Personally, as a person, I think Jackson seems like an extremely great, grounded young man. He doesn't let the success go to his head. He understands he's still got to continue to work and grind and earn it out on the PGA Tour. And the moment you think you don't, you're going to find yourself, back on the Corn Ferry or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's my take on Jackson is exceptional putter and exceptional wedge game. He's long enough to compete on the tour. He's accurate enough with his driver off the tee that he puts himself into position to score a lot. And that is a huge, huge deal on the PGA Tour. Those guys everybody's really good with your irons. Everybody's really good off the tee for the most part. Everybody's got exceptional length, right? Are you able to be a great putter, strokes gained putting and strokes gained approach with your wedges or even approach shots with your mid irons? That is, to me, one of the biggest differential stats. And Jackson, I think if you watch Jackson not only the rest of this year, but as his future grows, I think you'll see that he's going to be one of those guys that's always at the top of strokes gained in approach and putting.
Will, I agree with you. To me, golf, it's all about 100 yards and in. How you chip, how you pitch, how you putt, how you get in and around a bunker is extremely important. And you know all too well, Will, because there was a guy that won a chipping contest at Capitol Hill a couple of weeks ago and won a 2 nights free stay at the Grand Hotel down in Point Clear. It's all about the short game, Will.
Oh, it is.
How about that?
Everybody, as Greg Maddox and Tom Glavine said in the 90s on a Nike commercial, chicks dig the long ball.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, but your money is made with the short game. Money is made with the short game.
Drive for show, putt for dough.
That's
I'm
right.
a big proponent of that. Barry, just to fill you in, I got a text from Will probably 2 months ago. He goes, "Hey, man, you won the chipping contest." I went, "No way. That was me. Won a 2 nights free stay at the Grand Hotel. It's unbelievable. Can't wait to take advantage of that. It's going to be great."
Absolutely. And I'm sure your wife's going to disagree, but I think you should take Barry. I think you should take Barry with you.
We'll do our shows down there.
Grand Hotel as well. Don't be
If
selfish,
Auburn
John.
people have to jam together at the Grand National Marriott in Opelika, me and John in the same room not for 13 days for sure. Ooh, that'd be rough.
Oh, that would.
Hey, let me say this. I am impressed that they have taken them to that hotel and got them off campus. I think that was a genius move for a first-time head coach and a team that has been put together mostly by transfer portal kids I thought that was awesome. Golish is off to a hot start. I hope he keeps it going for the sake of college football. But man, what a great start for a first-time coach in the SEC.
I couldn't have said it better myself. I agree as well, because when they lose to Baylor, the first thing you're going to hear is, well, they went to Marriott for 13 straight days, got soft.
You'll hear it from him.
Oh, yeah. It's the spot treatments that got them, John.
It's the spot treatments, exactly. They got soft.
They got soft.
Update us on the judge.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. It's going to be awesome. I mean, I've said to numerous people that I was really excited about the legislator. It's probably my favorite course of the three at Capitol Hill, but I am really excited. You can start to really see this thing come together. We're really close to finishing that up. We're trying to establish mowing lines and all of that now with new sod everywhere, and unbelievable. I mean, here's a simple change to number one of the judge. We actually went in with a laser and graded it down and leveled out the fairway of number one. Number one used to have a little pitch in the fairway. And so we've leveled that out. And by doing that, it allowed us to make the fairway just a little bit wider. And I'm not talking much, 2 to 3 yards, maybe 4 yards in some spots. We went in and put a bunker along the right-hand side of the green. So for those people that are used to playing the judge, if you hit it and you missed it just slightly off to the right of the green, the slope of the green would actually kick the ball into the water. Now we've got a bunker there to help catch that and keep you in play and give you a chance to make par. It's still going to be extremely tough. It's still going to be the eye-popping tee shot from up above 120 feet or so up in the air. But it's just those little things that I think we've made to make it just a touch easier, and make it a little bit more enjoyable to play. But it's unbelievable the work that we have done, and I'm excited. I really am. I used to not enjoy playing the judge. I'm really excited about trying to get out there and play on maybe one of the first groups that go out and play. But yeah, it's awesome. It's coming together. We're talking about probably doing a soft opening in probably the third week of September, maybe the fourth week of September, to kind of get people, some of our local customers, an opportunity to see it before we open it up to everybody. But
let us know when media day is going to be taking place.
Absolutely. You can come up. Both of you guys need to come up and either play or take a spin around. It's awesome. And so we're excited. It's going to be great.
One of our viewers on our River Region Straw chat line says, "Hey, while you're at it, can you take about 1,000 yards off the judge?" I don't think that's happening.
Well, now I will say this: if you are a lady, we have built some new tees for the ladies.
Beautiful, yeah.
Just to make it a little bit more, just a smidge easier for the ladies and a little bit more enjoyable. We didn't shorten anything, but I will say this: if you need to be 1,000 yards shorter, then some of the things that we did, right, which was to widen some approach areas to give you the chance that if you happen to miss it, it didn't put you in a spot where you weren't able to recover. We've done that. I mean, literally, I could go a lot of holes. I don't want to bore you, but 17 and 14 or some right off the bat. 10 is another one. We did that. 15. We actually did shorten 15.
Needs to be, yeah.
I think we've lost the audio. Well, we've lost your audio.
Yep.
We appreciate you being with us. Thank you for joining us. Remember, Will Fisher, the director of golf at Capitol Hill and the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail. For tee times or more information, it's 285-1114. That's 285-1114. Or you can go online at rtjgolf.com/Capitol Hill, or you can pick up that, you can get that Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail app.
Yes.
Which is extraordinary.
Got
Makes
it on my phone.
So easy.
Right
there you
now.
go.
Barry, we're in Prattville at Stivers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, where Price sells cars, trucks, and SUVs. Also in Prattville, there's a River Region Straw location right here towards downtown Prattville. You can't
By the aqueduct.
By the aqueduct. So go by and see Kenny's location here in Prattville of River Region Straw. We got a lot more to go here, Barry. We've got 15 minutes or so of a live version. We're a little late for a break, so we're going to take one. Come right back at you.
Yep, still to come, our Gurn Jr. Victoryland 777 topic wheel. It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
Hey, you want your property looking its very best this spring and summer, and River Region Straw has premium long needle pine straw to make that property pop. You're not buying sticks, stems, or pine cones. You're buying premium long needle pine straw from River Region Straw. Kenny and his staff have access to the best pine straw in the region, full of color that will last all season long. And now River Region Straw has a fourth location in Chelsea on Highway 280 to go along with their locations here in Montgomery, Prattville, and Auburn. No order is too big or too small, from a few bales to an 18-wheeler trailer load. To get your River Region Straw, drop by any of their 4 locations or give Kenny a call or text today. 669-5959. That's 669-5959. And have the best looking property this spring and summer with straw from River Region Straw.
Hey, where's the beer guy? Bud Light here? You got a Bud Light? Bud Light? I'm here, Bud Light. Bud Light here? Bud Light here? Bud Light here? Bud Light where? Bud Light here? Oh, Bud Light there. I missed that because of you. You did not miss that play because of me. Tough to stop talking this way? Yeah. It's actually kind of fun. Hey, I got your Bud Light. Oh, nice. Never mind. Anything for the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. What I miss? I have no idea.
The more you play, the more chances you have to win during Diamond Days all summer long at Victoryland Casino. Win diamond jewelry and your share of $105,000 in free play. Also all summer long, it's TV Tuesdays. Win TVs and your share of $80,000 in free play. Giveaways galore all summer long. Diamond Days and TV Tuesdays with $185,000 in free play at Victoryland Casino, where you can be a winner too. Victoryland Casino off I-85 exit 22 Shorter, Alabama. Must be 21 or older.
Barry, I cannot emphasize enough, the savings are raining down here at Stivers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram today.
Yes, it is raining here, and it's also raining savings. We're at Stivers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Cobbs Ford Road in Prattville, Alabama, where your vehicle is on the lot. I was talking about it when we opened up the show.
Yeah.
I came driving in the back early this morning, had to park way on back in the back. Because there are more vehicles on the lot right now than I have ever seen here at this location, and that is saying something.
Barry, Alabama's #1 volume CDJR dealership. Think about that. There are a lot of CDJR dealerships in this state. This is the #1 in volume of sales. Why? Because Price sells cars. The inventory, as Barry just described, is incredible. The sales team here is the best, second to none. You are going to get the deal that you're going to be happy with. That's what they want. They want you to be completely satisfied with the sales process. 2026 Jeep Wrangler Willys, the Willie model, up to $13,000 in savings or 0% APR is available.
Right now, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that they currently are wet Willies.
They are wet Willies. Weekend, where you're, what was this next up? Weekends, where your working days are through.
Weekend.
That's right. Love it. Jeep Laredo's up to $7,000 in savings or 4.9% APR for 84 months. Barry, breaking news here. I have no reason to doubt this, but here's what I'm hearing.
BGAU99 says, breaking news. John, I'm happy to report that I can confirm that the players do, in fact, shower at the facility before heading back to the Marriott.
Barry, I know this is factual based on BGAU99 because I know who that is, and her son plays for the team. So I know that to be true. Thank you so much, BG. Keep the great comments coming.
Okay.
We appreciate that. Yes.
Now, we are.
And I'm glad to know that, Barry. That was really bothering me.
Did it bother you if you'd had to sit right in the middle of it?
I mean, I can remember getting back on that school bus at Crampton Bowl and driving back to Jeff Davis on a Friday night. Woo! Man.
Heck, you remember playing in those, in the YMCA league and getting in the car and heading to Tuscaloosa right after your game, and your mom is,
woo, your dad's got the windows down.
No,
I go, Pops, it's a little hot in here. Yeah, well, it stinks too.
Let's get to business here. And our Gurn Jr. Victoryland 777 topic wheel, brought to you by Victoryland 777 Casino, exit 22, I-85, Shorter, Alabama. We begin with Uncontrolled, which is...
My comments about Cam?
I think so. Oh, no. They had... There's a new Spider-Man out. It's called Brand New Day. Oh. They had a... this is in Colombia.
Was this a gas leak?
Spider-Man. This is Spider-Man. Taking a phone call.
Wait a minute.
This is a promotional Spider-Man. It's like they used to say about the guy ringing the Salvation. Yeah. It's Spider-Man's helper. Somebody. Now, why do you evacuate?
Really? That's just a gas leak.
It's just one?
Wow. So, Barry, how many Spider-Mans have there been? Am I lost here?
Oh, my gosh. Anything having to do with DC Comics or Marvel has had everything. I mean, it seems like that's the only movies they make anymore.
I'm with you.
Are Thor and Iron Man, Captain America, and Catwoman and Batman. There are other kind of movies you could make anyway. So yeah, it's too bad about the Spider-Man release in Colombia. Yeah, there was evidently a big Spider-Man release in the lobby.
Obviously so.
All right.
Don't eat the nachos before you go into the theater.
No, you got an unexpected visit. This is bound to be another cougar or something in somebody's yard.
Oh, it's a deer.
Gurn Jr. loves him some animal
It's
video.
a doe.
Dude, the guy putted out through a deer.
Yeah, I petted the deer.
Okay, now that's a deer. Is that a deer? No, what is that?
Turtle?
Can I get a ruling on
this?
Look
at that. Whoa,
nice.
Turtle knocked it in the hole.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't want any part of that now.
Good Lord.
That's a big gator.
And, of course, you got the swan. Swans can be really aggressive, especially when they think you're on their turf.
That's right.
Swans, you don't mess around with swans. Put me down for an eagle.
Wait a minute. Is that the eagle up from Auburn? Ooh,
here go the kangaroos. They're after it. All right, what do we got? A squirrel here? Oh, he hit the... Did you kill the squirrel?
Dogs, is that a cat? Yeah, look at this.
Oh, it was going in.
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Watch out. You got to be... Oh, this guy falls down the hill.
All right.
Now that's a catty.
My gosh, catty right there.
That's a catty right there.
That'll help you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
like
open face. I like it.
Good stuff.
All right, there we go. That's another one.
Yeah.
I like it.
Animals helping out on the golf course.
All right,
I love
so we
that.
got two.
All right. What's next? Got 4 more to go.
Yeah.
Yellow, green, blue, and red. Victoryland 777 topic wheel where you can be a winner too. And it's going to be with Granny's dog and more dogs. Granny's dog.
We'll get back to sports here sometime. Looks like she's got a house on a golf course.
Yep.
Some deer corn out there. You can get those. Really, it's really inexpensive. Okay, so here you go.
Yeah, she's throwing something out. Oh, look, here they come.
Here come the deer. Yep.
Yep. They figured it out. I bet you can't go hunting near this lady's yard.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
Man, look at all these deer, man. They are coming. They are flocking in there.
There you go.
There you go, Granny. Good job.
Very nice.
Very
now
nice.
She's calling the deer, and there's more coming.
They all seem like does there. Where are the bucks? I don't see any antlers there. All right, interesting. Nice yard, too. A lot of grass to cut. Woo! Whatever. Look, they are running.
Here they all come. Good Lord. All right, so there's another one. That's another one in. Nothing but animal videos. So
heavy on the animals today. I love it. All right.
Wow.
3 more to go. It is cut. I'm telling you, the savings are raining down here at Stiversbury. I'm telling you.
You get drenched with savings.
You will get drenched with savings. Hey, did you roll your windows up?
I did.
Oh,
always.
okay. Yeah.
Unretired.
Unretired.
Aaron Donald, maybe? Aaron Donald, who was the NFL Defensive Player of the Year 3 times, maybe the best defensive tackle ever. Next week is the projected time when he comes back. I'm just saying, if you're ever going to come back, this is a scenario for him to come back. You're extremely good. You've got an extremely good defensive line with you, along with Myles Garrett. And you could be the difference maker to just about ensure a Super Bowl, which would be played in SoFi this year if the Rams make it. All of the conditions are absolutely right. If he doesn't come back and unretire and play one more year with a chance to win a Super Bowl, he ain't never coming back, because the situation, the circumstances could not be better for a guy to come back into the NFL after retiring 2 years ago. I say he does. I say the announcement comes next week. More to come. Here we go.
Yep, 2 to go. Red and blue. It's the Kansas Jayhawk color pattern here.
As always.
As we spin the next 2, and it's going to be match point. That's what Tiffany Thompson said, match point.
She said that early.
Here's this doubles tennis team.
All right, doubles tennis. It's on grass. It's Wimbledon.
Yep.
They're kind of just goofing around.
Look at this. Wow.
It must be one of those 6-1, 6-love deals out there, because they're just goofing
through
around.
His leg? No way.
One guy knows that he's, one team knows they're going to win it. Let's just goof around. This is like pickleball, John.
Yeah,
Come on.
Really is kind of like
pickleball has broken out at Wimbledon.
Man, what a shot. That's what
are they 90? Is this the seniors?
Yeah. How about just heaving one back there?
Behind
just
his back.
Woo. Oh, man, he wanted to slam that one. I love hitting that hard one back to the
Professional
baseline.
tennis players, they can do this all day. If you've never watched a professional tennis match, these guys are incredible.
They're just showing off now. Oh, man, he could have put it away right there.
Man, we got 4 minutes left in this
no kidding.
in our show. We may take all the 4 minutes out here.
Yeah. I do like the traditional whites, classy there, kind of like, at Augusta.
Yeah.
Some things you just don't need to change.
Oh, that guy just headed it in there. That guy played it off of his jewels. Okay, finally, there it is.
Hacky sack breakout.
I wonder what the scenario was. One pair obviously had won this thing big.
One more to go. One more to go. Let's see what we got here.
Big bounty. I thought it said something
like
else for a moment
towels?
there. I thought it said
it's like the super mega roll of Big Bounty.
Big bounty.
Oh, let's see what we got. Oh.
All right. The Dallas Mavericks.
Yep.
There is a Cooper Flag autographed patch card that's out there.
Okay.
It is available. Signed the card last month. The Mavericks are offering, for somebody who comes up with it, 2 season tickets, a game-worn rookie jersey, a post-game photo, private photo shoot with his trophy, a VIP tour of the practice facility, and a private basketball event, plus round-trip airfare accommodations and game tickets. I haven't seen a prize package that good since the chipping contest.
2 nights free stay at the Grand Hotel. I don't know when I'm going to use it. I think I've got until the end of January.
Unbelievable. So there you go.
I chipped in there. Hit the stick and checked up right there by the cup. It was about an 80-yard shot.
Very nice. Okay, back live to wrap it up today. Yeah. It may be rainy right now. It's not optimal.
Come on.
But I'm telling you, sometime this weekend, you're getting ready for school. You're getting ready to, for the summer to end. Why not close out the summer and get the school year started with savings? Because there has never been greater selection than right here, right now, at Stivers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Barry, can't emphasize that enough. They'll be here all day today, all weekend long. Of course, the August savings sales event going on throughout the month. Great deals on Ram 1500 pickups, thousands in discounts. You got the Ram 1500 Tungsten at 25% off MSRP. You got the Ram 3500 Bighorn at $25K in savings. And, of course, the Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited up to $12,500 off MSRP or 2.9% APR financing for 84 months. So many great deals going on. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. We're at Alabama's largest volume CDJR dealership right here in Prattville at Stivers, where Price sells cars, trucks, and SUVs. On Monday, we'll be talking about some more practice notes that we're going to be hearing about.
Again, there's
the
no
weekend.
scrimmages yet,
Nope.
so we would, at that point, really welcome all of the overreaction scrimmages. I'm telling you, Keelan Russell's going to win the Heisman 3 times in a. There's not going to be any overreaction, so scrimmages are still a little ways off, but there will be hitting, there will be contact, there will be cheap shots, there will be trash talking, there will be showers before you get back to the hotel. I can't even begin to think of all of the different things we're going to have to deal with when we come back on the Monday show.
I'm just hoping, Barry, there's no scuffling or scuttlebutt going on at the Marriott this weekend.
Yeah, let's hope not. A lot of people to thank. All the folks here at Stivers, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Bisley drying themselves off.
Yes, they are.
Getting ready for great savings for each of the customers out there. For John Longshore, our producer, Gurn Jr., I'm Barry McKnight. From Stivers, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Cobbs Ford Road, Prattville, Alabama, it's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.